Look closely at the ruins of war over 20 years in Afghanistan, and what do we see? Millions of children left orphaned weeping in the dust, millions of mothers who buried their sons, and wives who lost their husbands, but who gained from this absolute carnage? Did the common people benefit? No, the profit went entirely to those who sit comfortably on the thrones of power. Religious leaders and political masterminds weaponized the word jihad to brainwash the masses. They promised poor people's children paradise and virgins while carefully hiding their own children in places like Dubai, living in absolute worldly luxury, completely detached from the very Sharia they forced upon others. This was never a war for God. This was a brutal corporate business for political chairs. How do these masterminds keep the war machinery running? They keep the populations uneducated, shutting down schools under the label of kufri knowledge so people never question them. To justify their endless slaughter, they turned away from the Quran and adopted the ideology of ancient biblical texts. In Deuteronomy 20:13-14, the Bible commands, when the Lord your God delivers it into your hand, put to the sword all the men in it. As for the women, the children, the livestock, and everything else in the city, you may take these as plunder for yourselves. To bring this violent mindset into Islam, traditional scholars fabricated narratives. Look at Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 25, which claims the messenger said, I have been commanded to fight against people so long as they do not bear witness that there is no God but Allah. This is a complete political fabrication assigned to the messenger to keep people fighting for empires. Did the messenger of God not read the Quran? Of course, he did. And the Quran completely shatters this violent narrative. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 256, God establishes the ultimate law of human existence. There is no compulsion in religion, no coercion, no force. Furthermore, in Surah Al-Kafirun, the definitive message to all disbelievers is delivered: for you is your religion, and for me is my religion. The ground reality of the Quran is absolute coexistence. God commands the messenger to tell the world, you practice your way, I will practice mine. I will not accept your system, and you will not accept mine. But we live in absolute freedom. The messenger never fought wars to convert people. He never established a parallel system of forced conversions. Rulers lied in his name to capture worldly kingdoms. Think about the real masterpiece of this global game. If the architects of these conflicts wanted peace, stability could have been established long ago. But peace is bad for their business. The shadow masterminds deliberately install volatile, extremist regimes to keep entire regions permanently fractured. They intentionally create a dark playground of puppet structures that can be blamed for global chaos at any given moment, giving these invisible empires a permanent license to invade, control, and exploit. Generations of fighters bleed and die for a manufactured lie of believing they are fighting a holy war for God, while they are merely acting as unpaid soldiers for corporate chairs and geopolitical monopolies. It is time to wake up and break the chains of engineered ignorance. Read, look, and research before you believe. Stop allowing the sellers of faith to treat human souls as collateral damage. Choose the rational, peaceful path of God over the bloody agendas of men. For deeper rational insights, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tomorrow's Hope.